Planning for a disaster should always be done before the disaster occurs. Plan your recovery strategy while your computer is still smiling, as this one is. Let's go through the steps so that when a disaster happens, you're ready for it. You're going to need a USB drive, which will be used to boot your system when the operating system itself refuses to start. The next thing we need to do is to reboot the system and start up by accessing the BIOS for your computer. On the Dell that I'm using, I needed to hit the F2 key when the system rebooted, and that brought me to this screen. Your computer may be using a different key, so check your manual or watch the screen when it opens that usually tells you how to get to the setup. What we're interested in the BIOS is to make sure that the boot order is set so that it will first boot from the USB. Once you've done that, save those settings, and we'll be ready to set up your USB drive to become a way of recovering your system. Once your system has rebooted, it's now time to get to the control panel, and what we're interested in is called Recovery. Click on it. What we are going to do is to create a recovery drive. Select it. You'll get a warning from the user control. Give it permission. You must be the administrator in order to do this. Say next. As you can see, it's located my USB drive. Say next. Make sure you have nothing on that USB drive that you want to save, because everything is going to disappear. When you're sure that it's the USB drive that you actually want to use strictly for recovery, hit the Create button. And within a few minutes, it will have created a bootable USB drive. This is designed for you to restore your computer from a previously created backup. If you don't have a backup, this is not something you can use to install the operating system. Remember that the best way to make sure you don't have a disaster is to be prepared for it before it happens, which includes making regular image backups. That way, if your system becomes infected or your hard drive crashes, you have a way of restoring it without it being a major disaster. I hope this helps.